Welcome back, everybody. And today we're diving into one of the most chaotic and hilarious episodes of Friends. The one where literally everyone is losing their minds for completely different reasons. The episode starts with Ross getting ready for his big trip to Barbados, where he's supposed to give an important paleontology speech at a scientific conference. And of course, Ross is treating this thing like he's about to accept a Nobel Prize. Meanwhile, the rest of the group could not care less about dinosaur lectures. Joey immediately starts making jokes about surviving a 5-hour flight with Charlie under a blanket, which honestly tells you everything you need to know about Joey. At the same time, Rachel is dealing with one of the funniest new parent moments ever. Emma drops her sock, and Rachel completely loses her mind trying to get her mother to notice it. Pick up the sock. That scene alone proves that sleep deprivation turns parents into psychopaths. But things get even crazier when the group starts talking about the lottery. Now this becomes one of the funniest storylines in the episode because everyone suddenly transforms into a financial genius despite having absolutely no chance of winning. Phoebe is immediately convinced they're going to become millionaires. Ross, however, enters full annoying scientist mode. He starts explaining probability, statistics, lightning strikes, and somehow manages to make the lottery sound less exciting than doing taxes. But honestly, that's classic Ross. The funniest part is that everybody completely ignores his logic because deep down, every single person believes they're secretly destined to become rich one day. Then the episode shifts into peak Friends chaos. Joey gets exposed for secretly throwing a Days of Our Lives rooftop party and trying to distract everyone so they wouldn't find out. And honestly, Joey planning fake activities just to avoid inviting his friends to a party is exactly the kind of selfish but stupid behavior that somehow only Joey can get away with. Then comes one of the weirdest but funniest moments in the episode. Emma says what might be her first word. Ross becomes emotional immediately because he thinks he's witnessing a major parenting milestone. But the word she says is gleba. Now Ross insists this is a real word because apparently his child is already smarter than the rest of humanity. And somehow, after checking the dictionary, he actually finds it. Only Ross would celebrate his baby speaking like a mushroom scientist. Meanwhile, things between Joey, Charlie, and Ross become incredibly awkward. Ross pretends he's completely okay with Charlie kissing Joey. Spoiler alert, he is absolutely not okay. You can literally feel Ross dying inside every time Joey talks about Charlie. And David Schwimmer's facial expressions here are honestly comedy perfection. Then we meet Molly, the nanny, and suddenly the entire group forgets how to function normally. Joey thinks she's unbelievably attractive. Chandler thinks she's unbelievably attractive. Even Ross starts acting weird. And the funniest part is that Ross keeps pretending he doesn't think she's hot while clearly thinking she's hot. Classic Ross denial once again. Then the episode gives us one of the sweetest Chandler and Monica moments ever. Chandler is stuck away from home during Christmas because of his terrible Tulsa job. Monica is trying to act supportive, but you can tell she's miserable. And honestly, this storyline hits harder because it feels real. Long-distance relationships are exhausting, especially during holidays. Then suddenly, Chandler appears at the apartment as a surprise. And for a moment, the episode completely switches from comedy to genuine emotion. He tells Monica he quit his job because he couldn't stand being away from her anymore. That scene is honestly one of the reasons fans love Chandler and Monica so much. Their relationship always felt more real than the others. Of course, Friends immediately destroys the emotional moment with jokes seconds later because the show refuses to stay serious for too long. Then the Barbados storyline finally kicks in. The humidity destroys Monica's hair almost instantly, and somehow her hair becomes its own character for the rest of the episode. Meanwhile, Ross delivers his paleontology speech to a room full of people who look like they desperately wish they were anywhere else. Even his dinosaur lecture somehow turns into comedy. And that's really why this episode works so well. Every single storyline feels ridiculous, but the cast chemistry makes all of it entertaining. The lottery obsession, Ross being jealous, Joey being immature, Monica's hair disaster, Emma inventing scientific mushroom language. It's pure chaos. And somehow, it all feels weirdly comforting. That's the magic of Friends. Even after all these years, the show still feels like hanging out with old friends who never really grew up. And honestly, Maybe that's exactly why people still love it.